It's Madden NFL 22, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Steelers and the Eagles coming up next.
Just north of the Delaware Expressway and east of Broad Street, we find ourselves at Lincoln Financial Field in South Philly. The scene in South Philly a few moments ago. Boy, the city of brotherly love is fired up. They're saying, "Fly, Eagles, fly," as they get ready to match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at our visitors coming into play here. It's a relatively balanced offense. The next-gen stats kind of bear that out. What do you think they'll be looking to do in this one?
I think it'll be exactly what you just talked about. They'll want to be balanced on offense, which means to them, they'll want everyone involved. See if they can get some one-on-ones in the passing game. Maybe identify some situation where they can swing the ball to the backs in space. Even find some spots where they just want to play some old-fashioned power football. As one of the most successful coaches in the league told us once, the definition of balanced offense, that means you can do what you want when you want to, not necessarily just running it 50% of the time and throwing it the same percentage.
It's an old-school battle in the Keystone State of Pennsylvania. The Eagles and the Steelers are underway. Taken in at the 3. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And what I enjoyed watching this week when we had a chance to watch them at practice, the easy camaraderie that he has with his offense.
A lot of respect.
A lot of respect, and frankly, I thought it spilled over to the defense. I thought the defensive guys were coming over and teasing and joking with him. You can tell they respect the heck out of him and really want to play well for him.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Off play action. Bradshaw. This is Miller, complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Operating from the gun, Bradshaw. That's Ward, complete right side. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 41-yard line.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. The give is to Bell. Alex Singleton, the linebacker, there on the tackle.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Looking to throw on second down. Bradshaw, and hauled in by the tight end Miller. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on third down. Back to throw. Bradshaw. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And he will have a Steelers first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. On 1st and 10, Bradshaw. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
They'll look to throw again. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive.
Let's do it, let's do it! Let's get him! Come on!
Now the first carry for LaShawn McCoy. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
That's what we are. Don't give him nothing.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. McNabb to throw. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Oh, he bowls over him.
Boom!
Still fighting through tackles. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Bradshaw on the right side. This is Miller. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7 from the 9. Now they'll run it on the toss. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
And that's exactly what you're looking for at the inside linebacker spot. Versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
And it looks like they've got 6 DBs on the field here for a 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Bradshaw. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. A great effort there. There to make the grab. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and it's now a 7-0 game. The drive summary that time, 5 plays, and it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Big things today, baby. Big things today, y'all.
So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. He'll turn and give this to McCoy running right. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. Despite a little power on the move, still tackled shy of the 20. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They go play action. It's McNabb. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. A big connection on that one. 36 yards.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? The guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field. Pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route well run, and the football right on the money.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Here's McNabb. Caught by the tight end Ertz. A gain of 6 there on 1st. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Now McNabb finding Ertz again and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
But when you hit him on the move like that and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down.
Good job.
Now a 1st down carry here for McCoy. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sends his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, McNabb. He's got quick. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Now a 1st down throw, McNabb. And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
After review of the play, ruling on the field is reversed.
So an early challenge, and you know that those coaches hate to use those red flags too early, but this one turns out to be successful. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Bradshaw to the right side, complete to Miller. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10, and that is incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Looking to throw. Bradshaw. He'll get this underneath to Bell. And they're going to stop him short of the 1st down as he's tackled at about the 21. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they've rallied and made the tackle.
Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. It'll be a 41-yard punt, give them 5 on the return. Eagles set and ready for their next offensive drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
McNabb. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down.
That's how we
He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. Blitz came there from the inside, and there just wasn't much resistance.
No, not at all. That means that defensively, they timed it up perfectly and matched up perfectly. They drew all the blockers to the other guys, left a free runner back to the quarterback, and you know what a free runner turns into?
What?
A free hitter.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. They'll try the right side with McCoy. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
I think it might be time to move to a different section of the playbook there, because back-to-back runs, both for loss. Now they have 3rd and long coming up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Drops this one off to McCoy underneath. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here's Aaron Sipos out now to punt on 4th down. Back deep, Antonio Brown. So a change of possession here on the punt. The Steeler offense set to regain possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On first down, Bradshaw. This is Bell on the dump off. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
You gotta be smarter than that, man. Come on.
Well, this crowd does not like that call.
Understandable reaction from them. That's their team that the penalty's going against. But you and I both know they're going to take care of the quarterback.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now a draw play. This is Bell. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 7-7, our score after 1. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Back to throw. Bradshaw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this 1st down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
To throw on 2nd, McNabb. This for his running back, McCoy. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down.
That turns into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's McCoy, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here, 2nd down.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. From the gun, here's McNabb. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter. Because he has such great skills, you want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Out of the gun now on third down. But he's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that third down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. To throw, McNabb. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They'll run on 1st down. Westbrook. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now it's McNabb. His throw caught right around the 6. And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well run route.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Now McCoy. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll try again. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
This defense is really floating around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Come on now.
So they're back at the 7 now for 3rd and goal.
Come on.
They'll set up to throw. Buying time to his left. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a 1st down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
And this one is right through. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He's doing his job, but the bottom line, they're losing. They've got a deficit to make up here, and he knows it.
And quarterbacks who last in this league learn that lesson really early. You may have had a great stat line and felt pretty good about how you played, but if your team didn't win, it almost doesn't matter. And right now, he's adopted that attitude. How do I get better? How does my team get better? How do we find a way to win the game?
Now he's hoping to lead his team to a successful drive. He'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Anthony Harris on the tackle.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he'll power his way up near the 25. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, Bradshaw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff as they run left side. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to the ground, this time with Bell. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun, Bradshaw. Over the middle, he gets it to Swan, complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Here comes LaShawn McCoy as he trots back out there now. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
10th carry now for McCoy. Tough running, but not a lot to show for it. They stop him shy of the 25. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look. 6 DBs. Looking to throw. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. A big play there for Philly. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football, and this is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate throws, but when you're hitting the bombs like those, look out. And the final number of the next-gen stats, that ball traveling a full 59 yards through the air.
On first down, it's McNabb. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
2nd down, McNabb. Completes it to Quick. And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle made at the 10-yard line. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
On 1st and 10, McNabb. And this is Ertz with it, right side. Touchdown, Eagles! Zach Ertz from 10 yards out. And the Eagles able to push further out in front.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Now the try here for the point after. It's good to make it 17-7. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. You know, normally he's probably pretty happy with his performance at this point. He's played pretty well. Bottom line, they're down on the scoreboard, so I'm guessing he's not that happy.
No, the fantasy owners who have him for this week, they're happy with what's going on. But for him leading a team, trying to win a ball game, I agree with you. Not happy at all. Trying to figure out how to up his game and inspire his teammates to do the same.
That's a true leader. Throwing on first down. Bradshaw. That's complete to Ward. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
First down now, but that clock rolling. From the gun, Bradshaw. His throw incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Operating from the gun, Bradshaw. And this is going to be incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Again, he'll drop to throw. They'll complete this one to Swan. He's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And they must have seen something leading up to this one that said, hey, we're going to be able to go deep because they've gone deep with a lot of success.
And pick your phrase, pick your code words, your buzzwords, whatever, vertical stretch, deep passes, go routes, right? What's that route you love? What's that route you love? Four verts. All of it working because they're able to find ways to get deep and for him to show off that big arm.
We see some of that big arm right here. He has been great. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Here's McNabb. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
McNabb to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Now McNabb. Dancing to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it and run time, and he picks up a first down.
Dig in, let's go.
The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. The open man is Westbrook. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. So we've come to halftime here in Philly with the Eagles on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. First up, though, let's take a look at the next-gen stats from the first half for the Steelers. And they didn't get a whole lot accomplished through the air in those first 2 quarters of play. They'll need to up their game if they want to rally all the way back. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they were even better throwing the football. Lots of open receivers to choose from, and you can bet that'll continue to be a focus in the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Eagles ready to go on offense to begin this third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Now a first down throw, McNabb. And he finds his tight end, it's Ertz. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Well, it certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
2nd and 5. He finds his man, complete. It's Owens. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
On first down, it's McCoy. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
2nd and 9 now. He'll set up the screen to McCoy. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. This give is to McCoy. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
They go play action. It's McNabb. Zach Ertz has it complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. A play fake. Now McNabb. Forced out, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. A big play there for Philly. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the 3rd quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. There he goes left side. He's at the 30. 10. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. That's tough there, starting to mount a good drive. Quarterback lets his guard down for just a moment, and it's going to bite him.
Yeah, I was just about to remark how controlled the game they were here in this 3rd quarter, but that return for 6 points, we now have a game again.
Extra point now by Boswell. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Jackson now to return. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Let's go!
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Again, it's McCoy. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. McNabb. And that is incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And out will come the offense as they take over. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? Well, a lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. And good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. 2nd down coming up.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
To throw on 2nd down, Bradshaw. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
We just saw an example of what we talk about all the time when we meet with coaches. They want that hidden yardage to come to the front when they throw the football. Throw it, catch it, and then pick up more yardage after the catch.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Bradshaw. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, Bradshaw. And that is incomplete. 4th down now looming after Philly's defense stands tall in coverage.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. Jackson now to return. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Mike, 58, right there. Got you, boy. I got you, boy. 58 for Mike, 58.
They'll try and get the running game going with McCoy. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
Okay, baby, I see.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Check, 59, 59.
He'll look to throw. He's got quick. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
Now it's McNabb. Ertz has it left side. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. A give to McCoy. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going? Crashed down inside and tackled him for a loss.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. To throw, McNabb. Flushed out right, and he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Out of the gun, McNabb. He's going to let this one go deep. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
Field goal would have been a decent length at 55 yards. They keep the kicking unit on the sideline. They're going for it. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. He'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 46 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
On 1st and 10, Bradshaw, short little throw to Ebron. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Bradshaw over the middle here to Brown. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 19.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. A handoff as they run the counter play. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Give the tackle that time to Rodney McLeod.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Bradshaw trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst, a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows a defense to tighten up their coverage, and they picked that one off.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Watch your slap. Watch your slap.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action.
We played to
We'll
win.
return with
Let's
more after
go.
this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. On first down, it's McNabb. Finding Ertz again. A gain of 6 there on first.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what'll be a 3rd and 4. Another carry, same story. Fourth quarter, and he is in red numbers right now with a running game.
Hard to believe because you figure at some point you break off a run. But in this case, what we're seeing is just pure domination by the defense. I think it started with the scouting report. They got into what they were doing offensively, into their mindset, and now they're beating them to the punch on every snap.
He finds his man, complete. That's Owens. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And this is Ertz with it, right side.
That's it, baby.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
To throw on second, McNabb. Eluding the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Here's McNabb. He finds his man, complete. That's Owens. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
And you know what that generally means?
Success.
But yeah, that, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. This is McCoy. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. McNabb to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete.
And the Eagles are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now McNabb. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
McCoy, the lone man in the backfield on 2nd and goal. They'll set up to throw. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A great play there. There to make the grab. And the Eagles have moved out in front. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route. Ordinarily, he's probably got 3 steps before he got on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Extra point right down the middle, and they will take a 7-point lead. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense.
And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it?
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
This is Bettis on the draw. And not a lot of daylight. Not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down.
Early down stuffs to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Bradshaw. That one complete to Bettis. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. I think he's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd run to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Here's Jordan Berry now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Eagles offense back out, getting set for this next drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Completes it to Quick. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
On 2nd down, it's McCoy. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, "Are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down." They love being physical.
On 1st and 10, McNabb. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
2nd and 4. He'll drop to throw. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away for pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
The Eagles on 3rd down. Well, they've converted 7 times and could use another right now. This is 3rd and 11. They're going to look to throw. Flush to his right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I like this effort there. He got it done on his own, but let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the 1st down. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And a fake here. Direct snap to the up man. And the gamble pays off. They get the 1st. So they get the 1st down. Maybe not a huge play in terms of yardage, but the fake punt does the job. So they snap it straight to the up man. What's his responsibility? Normally, obviously, just to protect, but he's got to be a guy that can be pretty agile too, right?
Yeah, without a doubt, because you're talking about a guy, even in protection, he may have to slide up and down the line of scrimmage to pick up someone who comes through trying to block a punt. So you know he's got that ability to move, but oftentimes it's a running back, a fullback, someone who's used to having the ball in their hands, and he's able to pick up the 1st down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the 1st down marker. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Looked to me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. McCoy. And he will be stopped here for no gain, and then it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. Third and 10. Expect a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. From the shotgun, it's a give to McCoy. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the 1st. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
So now the Steelers down on the scoreboard. And time, a huge factor. They'll need a score here and also likely an onside kick recovery. But first things first. 1st and 10. On 1st down, Bradshaw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, it's pretty difficult to sum it up offense in a 2-minute drill. When your guys have struggled to put points on the board all afternoon, there's an incompletion right there.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Back to throw. Bradshaw, a screen to Bell.
And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
In this situation, the dictation is coming from the defense, right? They're going to tell you, you can have 6, 7 yards, do that all the way downfield. Let's just go ahead and take the time off the clock. They've got to start attacking vertically a lot more.
From the gun on 3rd down, Bradshaw, he's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off inside the 10, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, we knew this was going to be a tall order anyway, down 2 scores with this little time remaining, but that interception puts an end to any hopes that they had.
All right, partner, work with me here because obviously scoring a touchdown, getting the onside kick, then going down, scoring again, well, that's asking a lot, isn't it? And that's really not a great expectation to begin with. I think they'll look back on this game and see what got them in this spot in the first place and say to themselves, we really gave this game away.
They'll try and run some clock now with McCoy. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll go again to McCoy. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Flushed out right. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.